In our continuing series of tributes to outgoing chiefs, today we focus on Kenneth McComber, who served 4 consecutive terms beginning in 2006. He was consistently popular with voters, at one point finishing with the most votes for council chief. McComber wasn't a flashy politician, preferring to quietly work in the background on his files. Over the years, his files included education and labor, though in recent years he concentrated his efforts on working on improving or settling such files as Hydro-Quebec and Canadian Pacific Railway, where his patience and ability to create solid working relationships brought results. His nephew, Ratsénhaienhs Carl Horn, spoke to KTV to provide some insight.
Well, I was very fortunate to work with my uncle. 9 years. He's a quiet leader. He's not vocal, but when time comes, he can make the hard decisions. And I was very fortunate to work with him as well as my cousin Johnny. When I first started in 2009, I freshened at the table, and I was very fortunate to have my Uncle Kenneth and Johnny to groom me to where I am today. He's always been involved with employment and training, as well as the hydro file, which is coming up soon. I'm hoping he's going to be present when we sign that historic deal. The community is going to be very impressed with the financial agreement that was made, and he was a very big part of it. He had a military background, as everybody knows, and he was very much involved with the Legion, and obviously the thing in front of the church was all his doing, so he should be proud of that. He's a good family man, and I wish him well in his retirement.
Kenneth McComber always reminded me of that story of the tortoise and the hare. You know, he's not the most colorful guy. He's not the guy who's screaming, yelling, and taking off his boot and hitting the table and things like that. And quite often he just quietly observe and then make his, his point later on. He worked a lot of the files that we see that take a long time and aren't very colorful, like the railroads, for example, a CP rail. There's agreements that go on, and there's meeting after meeting after meeting. We don't even bother putting press releases out because it's just another meeting. But at a certain point, things come out of those, and they've been very positive for Kahnawake. Some of them, I think, to his disadvantage, you can't really talk about in terms of the settlements, because the people we're settling with don't want to set precedents and let everybody else know. Right. And but we have done well in Kahnawake in terms of those settlements. Hydro is coming up. There's been some return already, and there's other announcements that are expected. And he just plugged away, and got things done. And again, he's the kind of guy I think the community always likes. A family man, well-respected, hard-working, had a long career, served in the military, and did all of those things, and conducted himself with honor all the way through.
He was instrumental in getting the howitzer.
That's right, that kind of thing. And let's not forget the War of 1812, the monument. Yeah. Even if you go back to 2007 for the Quebec Bridge, getting the MCK to put a piece in there to a commemorative piece with all the pictures of the men who died in there. And if you go there now, their pictures there, their name and stuff like that. Those are the kinds of things Kenneth worked hard to get done. And sometimes you need those kind of people. Otherwise, it's like, who's going to do it? I don't know. I thought you were doing it. Kenneth would just get in there, get it done quietly, and you see it, and you say, that's good work. Okay. And I think he'll be able to take his retirement and say, yeah, I think I did okay, and I think people will agree.